Hello and welcome to a new episode of 7 Facts. Here we talk about the hidden and unknown facts of every territory, state or country of the world. There are also some history videos too, so if you're interested in such things, please subscribe. North Rhine-Westphalia is one of Germany's 16 federal states located in the western parts of the country. At a little over 34,000 square meters, it's not a very large state, about the size of the country of Moldova. It is, however, the most populous state of Germany, having almost 18 million residents. Apart from the city-states, this part of Germany is pretty much the most crowded one. In its current form, North Rhine-Westphalia came into existence in 1946, created by the British military administration. That, of course, does not mean that the landscape isn't steeped in history. Julius Caesar himself conquered parts of these lands and tried really hard but failed to gain a foothold in other parts. Centuries later, Charlemagne founded and ruled his Holy Roman Empire from his capital in Aachen. In Münster, one of the most destructive conflicts in human history, the 30 Years' War, came to an end. But the region's history goes way back to the Stone Age and even before. Once, this place was home to humans, but not of our kind. Neanderthals once called these lands their home, and it was here, in the Neander Valley, that in the mid-19th century we've discovered the first ever remnants of these evolutionary cousins of ours. North Rhine-Westphalia's capital and second largest city is Düsseldorf. Without a doubt, this is one of Germany's and Europe's most famous cities, and is in fact ranked as one of the planet's most livable cities. Dorf in German means village, but Düsseldorf is far from being such a small settlement. It lies at the center of the Rhine-Ruhr metropolitan region, a region of more than 10 million inhabitants, one of Europe's largest. Today, the city is a cosmopolitan and vibrant urban center, but this wasn't true at the end of World War II. The city was a target of strategic bombing during the war, particularly during the RAF bombing campaign in 1943, when over 700 bombers were used in a single night. These raids left most of the city in ruins, and it took a lot of effort to rebuild it. But rebuild they did, and Düsseldorf once again thrives. Düsseldorf isn't the state's only big city. North Rhine-Westphalia has the highest urban density and the largest number of cities of any of the German states. Münster, Aachen or Essen might not be well known throughout the world, but they are all cities with hundreds of thousands of residents. And I'm not done yet. Dortmund, one of the continent's busiest and most important cities, is also here. And the largest city in the state, Cologne, tops it all off. All of these cities are very well connected through highways and high-speed trains, so to say that this region is busy is a gross understatement. As I said, Cologne, or Köln in German, is the largest city in the state with over 1 million residents. The city is famous for the iconic Kölner Dom, or Cologne Cathedral, which dominates its skylines and is in fact Germany's most visited landmark. And it was one of the few remaining buildings in the city left standing at the end of the Second World War. And when I say one of the few remaining buildings, I'm not kidding. Cologne was one of the most heavily bombed cities of Germany, with the RAF dropping almost 35,000 tons of explosives on it. The bombing reduced the population by 95% and destroyed the city almost entirely. The rebuilding of Cologne has resulted in a very mixed and unique cityscape, which is probably one of the few good things that can be said about this period in the city's history. Tired of cities? Well, tough luck, cause there's still one city we have to talk about: Bonn. The federal city of Bonn is unique in Germany, as it's the only one that has the official designation of a federal city. But that's not the interesting part. What's interesting and probably forgotten by many is that Bonn used to be the capital city of West Germany. This was the city from where all of the country that wasn't under Soviet occupation was ruled from. Following the reunification, the city lost its status and Berlin once again became the capital. But Bonn also retained some of its importance. Because of a political compromise following German reunification, the federal government maintains a substantial presence in Bonn, and the city is considered a second unofficial capital of the country. Bonn is the secondary seat of the president, the chancellor, the Bundesrat, and the primary seat of 6 federal government ministries and 20 federal authorities. 20 United Nations institutions also reside here, so Bonn is actually far from being insignificant. Okay, enough about cities. I need to mention one more fact about North Rhine-Westphalia. This is the place that gave the world one of the most recognized and influential composers in humanity's history, Ludwig van Beethoven. Beethoven was born in Bonn in 1770. He displayed his musical talents at an early age and was taught by his father Johann van Beethoven and composer and conductor Christian Gottlob Neefe. His early years weren't easy, and his tuition regime was harsh and intensive, not to mention the fact that his father was an abusive alcoholic. Eventually, Beethoven left Bonn and entered the history books as an absolute master of music. These were 7 facts about North Rhine-Westphalia. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Leave your comments downstairs and do check me out on Facebook and Twitter. If you want to support me, consider becoming a patron. You'll find the link in the description. I hope to see you next time. Bye.